Morning, everybody. My name is Jared O'Leary. I've been drumming since 1998, and I still got plenty of stuff to work on. Today, I'm working on limb independence, and I'm doing two very difficult patterns that I'm going to attempt to get to the point where I can alternate between them every 4 bars, 8 bars, however long I want to. Right now, I can play them independently. I say with hesitation in my voice, but I'm going to attempt to make it so that I can go back and forth between them and interchange them whenever I'd like to. So that's what the goal is for today. Well, so wish me luck. Now, in all of these live streams, there's over 500 of them. There's timestamps in the description to show what I was practicing or what I was talking about, so you can see the different topics in there or the different things that I was working on. Now, I've been drumming for almost 30 years and have been teaching for over 20 years, every grade, kindergarten through doctoral students. So I often get questions about how to get better at performing or how to get better at teaching. And I will sometimes edit those and put them in this drumming tips playlist that has over 20 hours of different Q&A on a range of different topics. So for example, this one was how to teach the drumline to blend in with the ensemble. And then when it says and other teaching tips, that means there's more in there than just that particular title. Or if we go to another one where it says what is touch when drumming, and it says and other drumming tips, that means that this is the first thing I talk about. And then there's more topics in there. But there's over 100 videos and a lot of really good questions that are simple to more complicated stuff that people have asked on these streams. So like think of this as office hours. I'm here to practice. I'm here to get better. And if people happen to have questions, then I'll answer it. Otherwise, I'm just going to try and continue to improve. Now, I am not good at limb independence yet. My background's rudimental, followed by concert percussion. And less than 1% of my time has been on the drum kit. So I need Shia LaBeouf here to help motivate me. We're going to hide him because of copyright. Shia, help me out. Do it! Oh, I can't hear it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Wow, Shia LaBeouf, everybody's super motivated now. One more flex for good luck. Alrighty. Now, the resources that I'm using, you can find them on my home tab of YouTube. So if you go to the home tab, this is where there's thousands of free resources to help you improve your drumming and to help me improve my drumming. The chop section has 91 different videos with like shopping sprees, chug variations, cheesy poofs, play-alongs, etc. Lots of stuff for rudimental drummers, as well as over 1,000 grid variations that are great for rudimental drummers to work on your rudiments. So I highly recommend practicing both the triplet and 16th note variations of these different rudiments. This section is where I'm practicing today. I'll come back to that. Over 500 marching bass drum stuff. I highly recommend focusing on the timing playlists, so you can work on your timing, marking time to all of these different ones. They are fantastic. And once you get those down, then you can do the more complicated stuff like splits timing. It helps you practice like being on a bass line. You'll see once you try it. There's sight reading exercises. These become public, I think, at the end of November. There's almost 500 technique exercises inside of here. Lots of stuff to keep you busy. And then here's where you can find the 20 hours of Q&A where I've responded to different questions on these streams. And that's 20 hours edited, by the way, so that is condensed as possible. And then here's some scripted lessons. So, for example, one that came out this morning was on relaxing your accents and taps. This one. It might have a different title for you, but it's this one. So it's doing a title A/B test, but it's got 2 accents, 2 taps, and it's under 3 minutes. So it's worth your time if you want to relax your accents and your taps. Highly recommend it. Now, the thing that I'm working on today is limb independence section. In every one of these playlists, there's a video towards the top that shows you how to develop limb independence on the drum kit. So if you watch this one, that'll show you the steps that I took to be able to get to the point where I am right now, where I'm able to read through these charts that are underneath here. If you're looking for some like different limb independence variations, this video is an edited version of a more than 3-hour stream that I did where I did one chart 62 different ways with 62 different limb independence variations. Some of those variations sounded great, and some of them I still need to practice. Hence why I'm still practicing. But today what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, actually, with pattern number 52. So it's this one. And I'm going to do this as a warm-up. Now, this pattern is not what I'd recommend starting if you're new to limb independence. This one is very difficult for a variety of reasons. So last time I played through this, I played it at, I think, 7 beats a minute. Okay, 131. Cool. Yeah, we're going to play it at 13. Nope. Okay, so the pattern is as follows. Ding, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2. Okay, so this pattern on the ride, that's if it was 16th notes, but instead we're gonna play it as triplets. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and it becomes da 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 triplet, 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 da 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 da. Okay, so you're doing 3 of those in the space of 4 quarter notes, so it's a 3/4. I'm putting hi-hat on 2 and 4 with the foot, so and while doing this, I'm going to read through short long on the drums, swung. So that was 8th notes on the snare. This is quarter notes on the bass. So anything that's an 8th note will be on snare. Anything longer than that will be on the bass drum. And if you hear in the last stream at the end, I was like trying to adjust the kick pedal. So fingers crossed it's a better sensitivity and better placement. We'll find out. Stay tuned on today's episode of Jared Plays Things They're Not Good At Yet. Okay, so 130. Let's just go in order today. Sure, why not? And in the timestamps of all these thousands of free play-alongs, you can go to whatever BPM you want. So if you can play this pattern faster than me, cool. You can go up to 240. If you can play it slower, cool. You can play it as slow as 40. 1, 2, ready, and... This is the ostinato that repeats. It's basically a straight pattern. That's 3/4. Reading short on the snare, long on the bass. 2, ready, and... Oops. You'll notice in a lot of these charts, I like to make the phrases, the melodies, blend across the beat. I have fun writing those. I think they're fun to play. They're an interesting challenge. 1, 2, here we go. Trying to adjust the volume. Hello to you. Looks like it says Alan. 1, 2, 1, 2. Next chart. Please respond. I already did. It's hard to talk while playing and sight reading. But there's also like a 20-second delay between what I see and what you see. Hello. This is not a cover stream, so this is not me, like, taking requests. This is me basically doing office hours where I'm practicing, and I answer questions about how to get better at performing or teaching. Oh, no worries. Just letting you know. Okay. That got a little wonky at the end, but otherwise it was mostly technically proficient while playing through it. So that is the first pattern that I'm going to be playing today. And then the next pattern that I'm going to do is even harder than that. Felt like I was making progress on it, so cool. Okay, so let's stretch and massage, and then I'll play through that second pattern. That's even harder. So the first thing I'm going to do is stretch the sides of the forearm. So I'm pulling in, I'm pushing through. Oh, it feels good. So good. So good. And to get out of this, just go out the way that you came. There's a video in the drumming lessons playlist that shows you better camera angles of all this, as well as some bonus stretches. So you can do that. I love you. You look cute. I like your moves. This one is stretching the underside of the forearm, by the way. If you do this one on the wall, the lower you go, the deeper the stretch. Ooh. But I can't really do that with this setup, so I'll just do one at a time. Doot, 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 doot. And now to stretch the top side of the forearm, instead of going this way, you just go the other way. This one you can do on the wall. You look like a zombie. The higher you go, the deeper the stretch. Or if you do this one on your legs, you can do it twice as fast. And last stretches for the fingers. Thumb to thumb, it goes twice as fast. I do the stretch and massage routine every single stream. I recommend doing it at least once a day. If you're drumming a lot, at least twice a day. Ooh, ASMR, enjoy. Ooh, that finger's tight on the right hand. So we'll hold this a little bit longer. There's a video under the drumming lessons playlist, home tab of my YouTube, under the tips and lessons section. But it's like called what to do, what is it, 10 minutes, 1 hour, and 5 hours after drumming, something like that. Has some suggestions on what you could do to help yourself recover after practicing, especially if you do all days like I used to when I did drum corps. If you're practicing all day, every day, it's important to recover because all that inflammation is not really good for your body. So check that one out. And then the video that's currently right above it is this stretch and massage routine with some bonus stretches that I'm not demonstrating today. Speaking of the massaging, I'm going to do thumb on top, fingers underneath, just working my way up and down the forearm. Get relaxed. do. And next. Ooh-wee. Next, I'm going to massage the palm with the thumb, and the fingers are massaging the back side of the hand. Working my way around the center and the edges of the hand. Switch. Again, if your hands or fingers or forearms are feeling tighter than mine, you might spend more time on it, or less time on certain areas than I am. Your anatomy's different. Excuse me. Base the tip of each one of the fingers massaging. Oh, my hands feel great after that. At least twice doing this, you're just kind of wiggling your way while massaging from the base to the tip. And this is the last massage. So the next pattern that I'm going to play is kind of similar in terms of the vibe, in terms of being a 3/4 pattern, playing straight over swung. The straight part being the cymbal part and the swung part being the drums. But this one is a Soca feel with a hi-hat shup in it. So for me, this is harder than the pattern that I just warmed up with, but it's a fun one. So this pattern, do is this. So let me do that, and let me paste it so you can see it. Is that one. Okay, so last time I played through this, I think at 120? Yeah, 120. Okay, so this pattern, gotta add more columns for me. Whoa. We're gonna play at 120 again. And so the pattern is a Soca feel. So Soca feel goes buckets, 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 like that. So we have 1 EN, 2 EN, 3 EN, 4 EN, 1 EN, 2 EN, 3 EN, 4 EN. So can't do that with traditional. Okay, so I'm gonna do that, but instead of going 1 EN, 2 EN, 3 EN, 4 EN, I'm gonna do it as triplets. Triplet, triplet, triplet. Buckets, 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 buckets. So this pattern sounds straight, and it sounds like it's in 4 right now, but it's actually 3 of these in the space of 4 notes, because I'm going to play swung on the drums. 8th notes will be here's quarter notes. Okay, so that's what I'm going to try and go through with that. So, wish me luck. It's difficult. It took me like 2 months to be able to read through charts. Let me read through this. Here are videos to help me practice drums. But you need basic advice on how you can easily not mess up the fastness of the song. Well, one, I'm happy to hear that. But speed comes from control and refinement slow. So there's actually a drumming lesson that talks about this in the context of a rudiment. So if you go to the tips and lessons section and you go to this one that says max BPM, it might have a different title for you. I've been running like title tests on a lot of these, A/B tests. But this talks about how to speed up any rudiment. And the goal is to get it so that you start thinking of the things that you're playing in chunks rather than as like a series of stickings. So the way that I use like a metaphor for it is like if you are reading this sentence, you're not gonna read HOWTOSPEDUPAANYRU. Like you're gonna read how to speed up any rudiment. So you're reading this in chunks. Now, when you are working on a rudiment, like let's say a paradiddle, you want to think in chunks as well. And I talk about that in this video. So as opposed to thinking like right, left, 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 right, left. That's going to slow you down in the long run. What you want to think is 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're thinking of 4-note groupings where you're going right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, as opposed to right, left, right, left, right, left. The same thing whenever you're playing any kind of a song that is faster, is you want to think of the larger, the bigger picture, the meta, the chunks, instead of the individual things. So that way, you can free up your brain to be able to anticipate and think ahead, etc., as opposed to being stuck in whatever it is that you're playing. So, for example, like if I'm sight reading something, I'm usually a measure or two ahead of what I'm actually playing. Like when I do these charts that I'm about to play through, I'm not just reading the chart that I'm on right now, but I'm anticipating where I'm going next when doing this. And the reason why my brain is able to do that is because I've spent countless hours just practicing over time. So if I'm on this measure right here, I'm also looking to see what's going on right here. I might be looking a line down to be like, oh, is there anything weird coming up? And so that comes with time and with practice. But that video, how to speed up any rudiment, will help you out with like thinking of what your brain needs to be able to do to think in chunks, and then how you can practice to be able to speed up your hands. So I highly recommend checking that one out. But if anyone's also curious, there's like all these thousands of play alongs and whatnot, like what I'm about to go through. But this has currently 27 videos inside of here, with very specific like scripted lessons, edited lessons on a very specific topic. But this one is like questions like that great question that you just asked on these live streams. So this is over 20 hours of me responding to different Q&A on like how to get better at playing or how to get better at teaching. So that can help you out with a wide range of different topics, from like how to prevent burnout to like number 100 is like whether or not it's worth it to get a doctorate like in music education. I have one for context. So there's a huge range of different topics, over 20 hours of content that'll keep you busy for a while and like help you out with the very basic stuff to more complicated stuff. You're new to playing drums, so you easily mess it up? Oh, yeah. I mean, no worries. I'm new to playing a lot of things with drums. In fact, I'm probably going to mess up a ton in today's stream, so that's just totally normal. And I've been drumming for almost 30 years, and I've been teaching since 2003. So I still mess up stuff because I'm refining stuff I'm not good at. In fact, there's actually a drumming lesson video inside of here that talks about why I do that. So it should be called for you. I don't think it's running a titled test, but I'm a pro drummer, but practice like a beginner. Why? And this actually starts with some of the comments that I received, some of the hate that I receive of people trying to bring me down, but explaining like why I received some of those comments, because I'm literally practicing stuff live that I'm not good at yet. So I highly recommend watching this and just like understanding that this process takes time and you will get better with it. So don't beat yourself up over it if you can't play something fast yet. Just slow things down and play relaxed and comfortably with the things that you can do. But this how to speed up any rudiment video will help out with that. So stay tuned for more. Where am I at? Limb independence. So I'm going to be playing this pattern. Again, it's this Soca feel. Okay, so that's the quarter note, and then I started with just eighth note swung on the snare. And the way that I'm going to play this is at 120 using the swung charts inside of this limb independent section. And I'm just going in order today, but you can jump around to whatever you want. In the timestamps of all these thousands of play alongs, you can go to whatever BPM you would like to play this at. So I'm going to go to 120. Hey, just give it time. I've been doing this for a long time. I was genuinely terrible when I first started. I had a quarter note cowbell part that was literally just keeping the beat, and it was cut for me my freshman year of high school. I started in 8th grade for context, and then I became center, section leader, got a full ride in percussion performance. It came down to practice. But yeah, I was terrible. And now I'm less terrible. And I just grinded it out. Studied with as many people as I possibly could, learned as much as I possibly could, and practiced as much as I possibly could. And turns out you get better when you do that. So give it time. Keep hitting my stick. Stop it. Cool. Slowly getting better. Yeah, so because of the shup, my like wrist goes down to like get that the shaft, the side of the stick onto it, so it like hits my stick that's underneath. I need to like get it out of the way. Ideally. My bad. Bird flew by. Did you hear it? I hit my stick. And by the way, what I was talking about, oh, I dropped my stick again. With the, just taking practice, this isn't just like a sample size of one. Like, I've taught every grade, kindergarten through doctoral student. Anybody who puts in the effort will get better. Just takes time. Woo-wee! This one's difficult. And by the way, the amount of time it takes is often more than what people think, so be patient. Keep at it daily. Okay. Not too bad as long as I wasn't hitting my sticks. Yeah, it was mostly technically proficient, and I had fun with it. Do I recommend any songs that include drums or drum solos? Such as rock, metal, etc.? None that really, like, come to mind, because that's just, like, not really something that I personally focus on. Like, instead of, like, playing transcriptions of solos or, like, listening to solos and trying to replicate that, what I actually like to do, my own personal thing, is just, like, this limb independent stuff, because it just, like, tickles my brain in a way that is fun. So I just don't focus on that as much. So I don't feel like I can like provide like a good solid answer for you on that because it's just not an area that I focus on, and I try to talk about stuff that I like do know. So there's likely other like content creators out there, drummers, etc., who like could better steer you towards like here are some good introductory solos that you should play. But that's just not an area that I focus on. So sorry. But it is a good question. I just can't give you a good answer. By the way, this spreadsheet is keeping track of like how I'm doing across these. So you'll notice that pattern that I just did when I started this, the quality of the playing, this column right here, needs a lot of work for a long time. It took me like 2 months until I could actually like read through charts. And now on average, column A right here is the average. It's technically proficient, which means I'm able to play the ink on it. Ideally, want to eventually get it so that it's musical like some of these other ones. But my goal last year was to get all 62 of these to be at least technically proficient. And it was quite the grind, but it was a fun process. I enjoyed it. So what I'm going to do now is going to be a little funky. So... Oh, it keeps getting rid of that. What is it doing that's causing that to go away? Why does F9 make it disappear? That's weird. So, I have like hotkeys set up so that way I can like do this, but F9 for some reason is like closing out that. Sorry, let me try and fix it real quick. Switch to scene, F9, yeah. It's not closing that, though. Drumming overhead, F9. It's not doing that either. Drumming with screen, F8. Not doing that either. That's weird. Why is it doing that? Do. Huh. So... I don't know. I don't understand. Yeah, so... That's weird. Now it doesn't do it? Alright, fine. I see how it is. Yeah, okay. I see how it is. Okay. So for whatever reason, if you're on vertical, it was getting rid of this, and if you're on the horizontal, it was like getting rid of that, and I don't know why. Okay, so it should say, yeah, so I'm gonna try alternating between those two different patterns now. So what I'm gonna do now, my goal is to be able to switch back and forth between these. Woo! So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to try it every chart, switch to a different one. And then I might do like every 2 bars. And then eventually the goal is to make it so that I can just like switch between them every 4 bars. So like every line will be like a new one of those patterns. So just being able to switch back and forth between those 2 lines. It's going to sound terrible doing that, but you know what? I'm going to have fun learning it and eventually getting it to sound better than it will today. Okay, so I'm going to the home tab here in the limb independence section. Every one of these playlists links to a video on how to develop limb independence. Again, this one is a difficult one. It requires a lifeguard on duty and parental permission, so do not try switching between these if you are new and you do not have the required materials to play it. I just did 1 through 10, so I'm going to just go ahead and go to the next chart. So we're playing it at 120. I'm going to go at the slowest speed of those 2 different limb independence patterns, so this is going to feel a little funky. I'll feel a little constrained here, but first chart will be the first pattern, 52. The second chart will be the second pattern with the Soca feel. 1, 2, ready, and as long as I remember to switch between them, stay tuned. We'll find out. Today's episode of Jared Tries Hard Things. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and So this is a second pattern, 53. Again, I'll eventually narrow this down so it's not switching every chart. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... I lost my stick. I just completely missed the hi-hat. And then I started with it under the hi-hat. Nice. This is going great. Okay, so this is pattern 52. I'll do it for this entire chart. This is the easier of the two patterns, but they are both requiring like all my brain power. Missed the shup, but otherwise got the rhythm right. So this is pattern 53. So this is Soca feel. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Read that wrong. Yeah, so it's just the hi-hat foot that's like so far the weirdest part about transitioning between those two patterns. Interesting. 1, 2, ready, and... Okay, so what I want to be able to do is not just every chart switch between the different patterns, but like every 2 lines or every line switch between the patterns. I have no reason to do this other than it just challenges me. There's like no like upcoming performance where I'm like, I need to be able to play this or something. I just think it'd be fun to be able to do it. So that's why I'm practicing it. So let's do this. Let me turn on. Can't use recorder right now. That's fine. I don't like playing hot crossbones on recorder anyway. Nope. Go to BPM 120. Beep. Okay. So I'm switching between this and this every 4 bars. I'm just doing the ostinato right now just to see how it feels. It's that transition that's a little weird because you're doing do 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 do. So you're doing 5 notes in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 5th one is a shup. 2, 3, 4. Do every 2 bars. So what I'm wondering out loud is, because I'm trying to figure this out. This is my first time trying this. I'm wondering if I should do this where I have 2 left foots basically. So bucket 1 to close the shup, and then 2 to get back on 1, 2, 3, 4. That normal 2 and 4 cadence. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or if I should have it just be a long shup, and then just basically close it on the 2. Three, 4, 1, 2, like that, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, that's not the right pattern. My bad. My brain's trying to make it easier. Stop it. I'm also wondering if I should. So we have da 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 da. Just kind of like have a release there, so I'm not doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Especially because like I'm hitting on here, I don't want to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and just like hit my stick. If I'm doing like an accent and I'm shifting over, I don't want to do that. I don't know. Let's try it with 8th notes, maybe? So swung 8th notes on the snare drum. If you're just tuning in, you're like, what are you doing? I'm trying to do 2 different patterns, alternating between them. And so they're both 3/4, and they're both swung over straight. So the cymbals are playing a straight pattern, the drums are playing a swung pattern. It's funky. So this is first the ostinato. I can't talk while doing it. And then the next one is the Soca feel, 3/4. Ooh, it's so weird. Man. Oh, dang. What did I sign myself up for? Okay, let's try this. So the hard part is you're jumping right into it. without having that ostinato of just like a clean one bar of like just going, and then so what I want to do is break down the issue that I'm having. The issue I'm having is jumping straight into it. So I'm going to do 4 bars of nothing, 4 bars of playing the pattern with the swung eighth notes. 2, 3, 4. Try the other one. I played the hi-hat pattern on the right. That's not the pattern. Okay, so let's try this again. I can do it. Yep, I can do it. Oh, that transition is so weird. Yeah, I keep changing instead of da 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 triplet, 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 triplet. I'm trying to not change the left. Turns out it's difficult. It's also difficult when I miss a hi-hat. I know how to hit drums sometimes. Not today. Gravity, you win. Oh my. Oh my. Let me try this again. This is actually not a request stream, so this is like a practice stream, which is why I'm practicing something I'm not good at yet. And then I answer questions. And then I often take those questions and I put them into this playlist. If you scroll down here. Tips and lessons section. Inside of this drumming tips playlist has over 20 hours of me helping people try and improve their drumming or their teaching. And then this one has scripted lessons on specific stuff. So this is me responding to questions on stream. And then this is me creating like a scripted normal YouTube video on like how to hold traditional grip or whatever. So check those out if you're interested in it. But think of it like office hours. I'm here to just practice or answer questions. Speaking of practicing, let's try this again. Oh my. This pattern. How do I want to do that transition? Da, 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 da. Like, I feel like I should just leave off those last two notes. So it'll just end with a hi-hat on 4. Like that. Otherwise, it's too much, I think. Doo-doo. Stop hitting your stick, Jared. Okay. Let's try this again. Oh my goodness. I can't wait until I can actually do this. It's gonna be so cool. Today's not that day. It's one of those days. I just keep missing the hi-hat. I'm like so focused on like the math going on basically, like in my brain, that I'm like just completely not paying attention to where I'm hitting. Like I'm not even looking at the drums. Kind of looking up into the nothingness. Okay. I'm gonna work on this more 2 days from now on the next Limb Independence stream, but I've been going for almost an hour now, and I still want to work on double bass, which is something I'm not good at yet, just like what I was just practicing. So we'll keep grinding that out in 2 days. Tomorrow will be a practice pad stream, working on technique and stuff. Speaking of technique, on my home tab here, if you click on the technique section or any of these other sections like grid or chops or whatever, it expands and shows you all the playlists for it. So what I want to do is I want to work on my foot endurance and speed. So I'm going to go to the endurance and speed exercises playlist right here. And it currently has 70 videos in here that you can use for your hands, your feet, whatever you want to do to practice to get better. The other day when I was practicing, I had set up a flam, like a slam pad on here. And it makes it so that it's more articulate, but because it has like a different vibration to it, the drum trigger that I'm using for this like acoustic hybrid quiet setup, it just like was getting all sorts of extra notes and it was like sounding funky. So off stream, I tried to fix it and hopefully it's fixed, but we'll find out. I'm going to start this where I was leaving it off previously, with 70 beats a minute, but if it's still sounding funky, we'll adjust it as needed. So double bass is something I haven't worked up, so I want to work on it this year. So we're starting nice and slow. I'm doing heel down, and then I'll switch to heel up after this rep. Now heel up, 2, and 2, Cool, heel down. I've practiced heel down more than heel up. Getting some extra rights in there, so still a little too sensitive. 1 and 2, heel up. down, 2, and 2, and... Thank you for the react. Yeah, it's still getting like an extra double in there. It's way better than it was 2 days ago. Heel up, 1 and 2 and... No, that sounds way worse. I don't know if you can see it. Sort of. It's like right under the cymbal, like right here where the trigger's at. So I'm like adjusting, if this is the rim on it, I'm adjusting how deep it goes into the rim as well as like the placement on it. So if like the 2 pedals are hitting here, if you would change where it's picking up the vibration, it'll adjust things, but also how deep into it, it'll change the sensitivity of it. So I'm like trying to make these micro adjustments. Like it's not picking up all the left. And then it gets that extra diddles when I'm just alternating. It's getting too much, it's too sensitive. It's like our dog. He's a sensitive boy who will also eat you. Okay, not sensitive enough. Now I can't hear half of them. Nice. Nice. That's what I wanted. Still can't hear those rights. Stop it. Get some help. Well, that's really sensitive. Those doubles are not intentional. How about don't do that? Dang it. I thought I had it. I spent like 20 minutes yesterday fiddling around with this off stream, which I was planning on streaming yesterday. Then I had like technical difficulties that took like 2.5 hours to fix. And I was like, well, there goes that stream and the gaming stream. So, wah. Okay, I don't think this is interesting, so I'm going to try and fix this off stream, but in probably 20, 30 minutes, I'll jump onto Yakuza. So I'll keep working on this and try and figure out like what's going on with it, but I just think it's boring to watch somebody troubleshoot on a stream. But on my home tab here is where you can find all the thousands of play-alongs, as well as over 20 hours of tips. So if you're a rudimental drummer like myself, the chop section will keep you busy for quite some time. There's 92 videos across all these. For the grid section, there's over 1,000 videos. There's so many playlists, you have to click the header to show all the different rudiments for triplet and 16th note. This is where I was practicing today. Every single one of these playlists for limb independence has a video at the top. It's like the second video that's how to develop limb independence. And then the one below that is 62 different ways that you can use these different charts and permutation exercises to actually practice limb independence. So check those out. If you do marching bass, check these out. There's drumline cadences and score format. These sight reading exercises come out, I think, in November. It's just early access for people who want it. There's almost 500 technique exercises. Where I was just attempting to practice before I was messing with sensitivity is this endurance and speed exercises. But there's like flam playlists, there's roll timing stuff, there's triplet diddle stuff, there's timing exercises, 3s and 4 strokes, whatever you want. There's almost 500 exercises across all of these different playlists. And then finally, the tips and lessons. This one has over 20 hours of Q&A from different questions I've received on these practice streams, as well as some scripted lessons. Like the one that came out today was on how to relax your accents and taps, so I highly recommend checking that out if you're curious about it. But I'm going to try and fix this off stream so I don't bore everyone with it. If you enjoy these free resources, just share it with somebody else. Oh, and what I mentioned with the sight reading stuff coming out in November, I think. any of the videos that say members first, like this one, they're all scheduled to release for free. There's almost 600 that are scheduled to release, so it might be like tomorrow. Like this one comes out next Friday or this Friday. But it might also be a year and a half from now from it until it comes out. But every single one of my videos will come out. Just keeps talking. All of the videos will come out for free, so I don't like paywall my content. I don't sell books, apps, courses. I don't teach privately anymore. Like, you can't buy educational content from me. Like, all my presentations and publications are for free on my website. And then all these videos are coming out for free. It's just early access because there's so many of them. Some people want that, and it's 99 cents. If you want the early access, just click that join button, and it's 99 cents, and it gives you every single one of those videos. Or just wait. They'll all come out for free. So no paywall behind any of this stuff. So if you enjoy it, share it with somebody else. And if you don't enjoy it, share it with an enemy. But anyways, I'm going to go try and fix the pedal, and I'll get ready for Yakuza in probably 20 or 30 minutes. So goodbye.